Hello everyone, back again with another video, really quickly this time. Today we have a few different TV show news things. Mm, There wasn't too much to go on this week except for a few announcements and a cancellation. So to start off, this is pretty new. It has been confirmed that Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the Netflix exclusive, is being canceled, or I guess you could say not continued after the fourth season airs later this fall. Um, so far there isn't that much to say about it being canceled, aside from it's following the typical Netflix trend of it being canceling shows 3 or so seasons into. There are of course a few exceptions, but that's only if they do especially well. Uh, Orange is the New Black is really the only one that I can think of that. Here it is talking about the Netflix trend. Of course, there are now questions on how is it going to end. Did the producers, showrunners know about this before they wrote season 4? Were they told after? Um, and because everything is still kind of in lockdown, if they want to change anything, they might be running out of time. It really does depend on what the showrunners want for the show, but that's some pretty basic news on that. Next, we have news on a new DC Universe show that I've known about for a while and has caused some confusion in the entertainment industry and just fans in general because it shares the same name with a Disney Plus original show. Well, actually, that one's a movie. Stargirl as well. But this one is about the DC Universe one. That is, of course, a teen drama based about Stargirl, the superhero from the DC Comics. And the big news is with this is it's only halfway through its first season and it's already renewed for the second season. Now, this isn't so uncommon for these DC shows, especially in cases of the CW, as it is now going to the CW. They do have a track record of renewing shows halfway through a season, or even sometimes before a season airs. Now, that has led to some problems, but so far, this one has been doing pretty well. There hasn't been any controversy or anything about it. Everyone's been liking it. Uh, but this brings up the other question. What about DC Universe? I remember when it first came out, and it was like, oh yeah, we're going to be doing so much DC stuff. This is going to be the home for all your DC movies and everything going forward. And now, just, what is it, 3 years later, HBO Max has launched. What is going to happen? Because, as this article talks about, DC Universe only has now, I think, 2 shows that are original that are left at that. I mean, uh, Doom Patrol was moved to HBO Max. Titans is the only live action one left on DC Universe, and then they also have Harley Quinn, which has been ridiculously popular. But beyond that, they've had the occasional, I think, exclusive cartoon movie, but their live action stuff seems to be moving to HBO Max. Now, I don't know if that's because they want to have a more mature audience, like it is with, well, both Teen Titans and, or not Teen, with Titans and Doom Patrol, they are more mature shows. So maybe they're going to be trying to do that. Maybe in the future they're going to move, just absorb DC Universe into HBO Max. I mean, it seems like the most logical conclusion for me to think of, but I also don't. I'm also not an executive of these companies. But that just seems like DC Universe is going to be gone within a few years, which I think is just funny because Warner Brothers HBO could have done a lot better job at figuring out what they're going to do for streaming. But in other news, we actually have some new trailers. Uh, just yesterday, The Boys Season 2 trailer dropped with the release date. And this one I'm super hyped for because I like literally yesterday just got through binging the first season and I absolutely love it. It is such a different take on superheroes and the cliffhanger, well, the cliffhanger is pretty, everyone pretty much knows it that's watched the show. Cliffhanger does leave a lot to the imagination of what happens. And I don't know if the trailer doesn't spoil anything in my mind, but plenty of people have different opinions. But the different cliffhangers that were left in season one either seem to be being brushed aside or there should be some sort of explanation. But this also comes with new, well, we already knew about this, but a Billy Butcher short film. Uh, so I'm not quite sure exactly if they're going to be doing, they're not going to be doing any more like flashbacks or explanation of the boys before they disbanded because we met uh, the founder in the season one finale, and we have some idea of what happens, and of course from the comics, but are they not going to show that or whatever? I'm not quite sure. I've never read the comics. I only know about most of the stuff in the comics, and they did change some things from the show already. But mainly it's just trailer dropped the other day. Season 2 is coming September 4th. I'm definitely going to binge that, especially since Cyberpunk isn't coming out until November now. But in other news on a TV show that is coming out a little sooner than that, Umbrella Academy Season 2 trailer. My gosh. This thing was finished filming in, I think, what was it, January or something. And we're just hearing about it now. But anyway, Hagrid siblings are back. Better than ever, maybe. And the apocalypse has followed them. But the trailer dropped the other day, and it revealing that they're back in what 60s, I think. Well, anyway, the show is now coming out. Well, the second season, I mean, is coming out the 31st of July. So that is coming very, very soon ish. Um, but that's mainly all the news that was happening this week. It is. I'm excited for the Umbrella Academy. Let me know down below if you know, what you're excited for. If you watch Stargirl, you like The Boys, that sort of thing. Or if you watched Sabrina. I never watched it, so I don't know. Didn't really care for any of the Riverdale stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news that I have this week. Mainly just a bunch of TV show stuff. So yeah, have a good evening. Peace.